Hang on, my mic is not plugged in. My camera isn't plugged in. Well, good evening, everyone. uh, I'm doing alright for it tonight? Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm doing quite good. Yeah. Hello, Beck. Hello, hi, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna put on the rain sounds as well. Just like for background. Mm-hmm. Let me move over. Oh, I know, I don't want to. Ah. Alright, let's see. Sorry, give me one moment. Yeah. Okay, there you go. It's a good night to relax with some ASMR? I hope so. I hope you can hear that. And now let's do game capture. Aha! There we go. Okay. Also, thank you for the head pat. I'll put up, mix it up. Okay. Let's continue. With Atari, My Dear Moments. It's a very sweet visual novel. And I'm really happy to share it with everyone today. So, yeah. I think for ASMR streams, I'll just keep playing this until I finish it, if that's okay. Most nights are. The only good time I say it's not good is when I'm at work and can't listen because of my low data. Yeah. When I wake, I feel the gentle rocking of the waves. The wind turbine spins outside of the window, and the gentle drone of the radio waves fills the room. I can't remember the last time I woke up so unburdened by pain. Part of ASMR is when both the audience and the streamer are comfortable. Definitely. Yeah. I do this because I like it. You know? A whisper tickles my ear. A sweet, tingling breath. I slowly open my eyes and look over to the source. Ayo? Do that, thank you. I'll get comfy now. I carefully slip my arm out from under her and move her onto bed. My head feels completely clear. That clearness, however, means I remember every pathetic thing I did last night. I wish I was dead. Memories weigh heavily on my mind. Nightski-san. I didn't know robots could talk in their sleep. Is she daydreaming while she's in sleep mode? Humanoids are supposed to use sleep mode to reorganize their memory banks. I wonder if that process appears to them something like a dream. Is there anything in particular you want to do when you get your leg back? I guess she really forced the answer out of me in the end. Looking down at her peaceful demeanor, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of anger. I was content to blame everything on my leg. Blame it on that, and just wander alone through the deep, looking for something I'd never find. That would have been the easy life, I thought. And yet I ended up finding this thing. Natsuki-san, you silly boy. What kind of dream is she having? But what do I want now? Sighing, I pit Atri's cheek. That tickles. I can't let her see me like that again. I don't want her acting all smug. I look up out of the window. The drizzle and haze of last night. I wanna lower the... Yeah. I just wanted to lower the rain sounds. The drizzle and haze of last night has given way to glorious sunshine. Alright, get up, toaster. My name is Atri. That's another recognized foreign term of abuse. Your punishment for infringement is... rocket punch. Her hand lightly bonks against my belly. It doesn't hurt one bit. I guess being half asleep somehow lets robots attack humans? Unless that wasn't an attack. What was it then? Whatever, get up. Huh? She looks around the room with blurry eyes. Oh yes, last night I slept with him. Please don't word it like that. Good morning, Natsuki-san. I never thought a robot would have this much trouble waking up. I'm a low voltage model. What does that even mean? Atri stirs up on the bed. Sits up on the bed, stretching her neck from side to side. I slept in a weird position, and now my joints are all creaky. Hurry up and put some clothes on. I don't know where to look right now. Yay! Plus, well, I've decided not to tell you. Oh? I don't want to lose another leg, or body pillow, or whatever you're saying you are now. I knew you'd come around. Now you realize how high performance I am, right? Put some damn clothes on. Maybe I'm just being self-destructive again. I know that this decision has no future merits beyond the immediate benefits. But it's better than just wasting away, isn't it? My heart wells up with a strange feeling. It's like the path into extinction. I had thought to be so easy to walk down was suddenly diverging, leading me to a very distant destination. Oh. This is probably gonna get copy claimed on YouTube, but... oh well. Let's enjoy this song together. It's very pretty. Yeah, I really do. I really do love the visuals. This visual novel, it's very pretty. Um, I don't know if I've ever talked about this on stream, but in addition to hello Lemon, welcome. Yeah, in addition to wanting to write a novel, I've always wanted to write a visual novel. Um, I know like a lot of VTubers have made visual novels, you know, but if I were to write a visual novel, I wouldn't want the story to be about me. I want it to be something like this, you know. A very I wanna write a very pretty story. Yeah. I want my writing to be as pretty as these drawings. There's something meditative about brushing your teeth. Staring into the mirror and mechanically moving my hand, I start to get lost in thought. It's all well and good making my own decision, but how do I actually support myself from here on out? Have you ever played Yumi and Her? Oh yes, I did start streaming that at some point. That is a game that is on the very long list of games that I need to finish. Um, that and Steins Gate, those are two visual novels I need to finish. Um, yeah, but a definite, I don't think I've like really scratched the surface with Yumi and Her. I only got like one ending. Hello. Hello, hello, hi people. Hello, Lumona. Welcome, get cozy. That's, it's one thing to say I'm not going to sell Atri, not Atari. She's not a retro gaming station, gaming console. But the consequences are another thing entirely. That game's kinda cute at first, yeah. But, there is, it's like Higurashi. You know, it seems like pretty normal at first, but the more you play, the more you're like, oh, there's some really messed up stuff going on, isn't there? Especially when you consider the two in particular that stick out like sore thumbs. The first of those being my debts. If I don't sell Atri, my grandmother's debts will likely have to be paid with everything else I own. If it was just a submarine, I might be able to make do. But losing my boat would mean losing my home. Yeah, like Doki Doki, yeah, definitely. To tell the truth, though, I'm not entirely sure I believe that repossession order is even real. Why did I agree to go along with Catherine's plan, despite how shady it seemed, you ask? Well, it's because she was offering me a concrete way to get my hands on at least half of whatever she salvaged from my grandmother's place. I was suspicious of her for sure, but I had no real choice but to go along with it. I left the academy and came back here. I found the town half submerged and my grandmother on her deathbed. Oh yes, also, just to catch everybody up on YouTube about the story, if you didn't see the first stream, in this world, like most of the world has been submerged underwater. And the main character Natsuki, when he was young, he lost his mother and his leg in a really bad accident. And years later, when he's older, he goes back to his hometown. That's also like mostly submerged underwater now. And this woman here, Catherine, tells he inherited everything that his grandmother owned, but he also inherited her debts. And this woman, Catherine, says if your grandmother's house has been submerged underwater, but there's like something valuable in her old house, and if you can find it, we can split it 50-50, and that should be enough to pay off your grandmother's debts. And he says okay. And what they find is a humanoid robot named Atri. And yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much the story so far. You should play Until Then. That game is kind of similar to A Space for the Unbound. I haven't heard of that game. When I left the academy and came back here, I found the town half submerged and my grandmother on her deathbed. So no matter how suspicious it seemed, it was at least a chance to make something of my predicament. I had nothing to lose. In the end, there really was a treasure down there. Brushy, brushy, brushy. A little tuft of hair has been bouncing up and down in the corner of my eye this whole time. I glance downwards. Said treasure is brushing her teeth alongside me. Robots brush their teeth too? They don't have to eat though, do they? Scientists attempted to do research on artificial organs that would allow a robot to power themselves with food, but practical models were never completed. Atari hasn't eaten at all since I found her, and she doesn't seem hungry at all. Which brings me to my second problem. What do I do with her? I could think of it as having bought a domestic servant, but somehow that idea sticks in my craw. Would it be better to treat her like a roommate? A shipmate? Oh yes, she lives in a boat. By the way. Brushy, 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 and spit. I'm a little bit terrified she's suddenly gonna start wolfing down all of my food. Without any income of my own currently, I've been surviving on the little money my grandmother had left. I'm going to have to find some way of making some cash. I guess I'll ask Minamo if she knows anywhere in need of workers. She's really the only person in this town I can call a friend. Oh yeah, she told me to come to school. Asuhe-san. Atri looks up at me, toothbrush still in her mouth. Don't talk with your mouth full, yeah? I can't properly reach my back teeth. Would you brush them for me? What a little cutie. I take her toothbrush. It's not as meditative like this, that's for sure. There you go. Now wash your mouth out. Gargle, 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 gargle. Phew. She spits into the cup in my hand. Why the hell am I the one brushing your teeth? Wouldn't it normally be the opposite? Isn't performing maintenance on their robots an owner's responsibility? Good point. Annoying coming from you, but I get it. I sigh and rinse my own mouth out. Just checking. You don't actually need to eat or anything, do you? Affirmative. I have no need for nutrition from food. Great, well, that's a weight off my mind. Now that I'm not selling you, money is going to be pretty tight around here. On top of keeping myself alive, I've got those debts to pay. I don't think you need to worry about that so much. I only want you to put off selling me for 45 days. After that, you can sell me for however much you like. What? I told you I'm not selling you. You won't be able to afford a new leg if you don't, will you? And I thought you were supposed to be my leg. Although I can understand why you'd want such a high-performance leg as me, I'm not really specialized to carry out the functions required of that particular limb. As such, I will only be able to act as your leg for 45 days. And to that end, I've made this. I call it Atri and Natsuki's honeymoon countdown calendar. That's all, folks. It's a roughly drawn grid of 45 squares. The last one is labeled, "That's all, folks." I'll cross off each day as we go. I should fill in yesterday. Okay, 44 days left. Whatever. Natsuki-san? I turned my back on her and walked back into the cabin. Why am I getting annoyed with her? I thought she was my property, but it really doesn't feel like that at all sometimes. Why does she want to get to me, though? Why does that get to me, though? I'm annoyed all over again. This time at myself. She's a robot, and I'm her master. If I ordered her to, she'd have to stay with me as long as I want. Then, why doesn't it feel that way? If you're fine with that, then I don't care. It'll make my life a lot easier. I'll have a lot less on my plate with you gone, I suppose. Yay! Atri raises both hands in the air and starts to bounce up and down. The little tuft of hair sticking up from her head wobbles with each jump. Yay! 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 With her arms raised in the air, with the arm raised and hair flying everywhere, I can finally get a good look at her face. Due to the difference in our heights, I normally can't see. Normally all I can see is that little tuft at the top of her head. What are you so happy about all of a sudden? We're going to go to school now, right? What? Not a chance. Oh, come on. At least tell me why not, then. My only response is a sigh. I know all about school. It's a place where you can learn all kinds of things, right? Is that what you've got logged into your database? Humanoid memory has one particular section devoted to a database of terminology. It's almost like an inbuilt editable dictionary. I think somebody told me that a long time ago. Oh, my grandmother? I can't remember. It seems like she gets particularly frustrated when she can only partially remember things. I want to try learning things. Wouldn't you be better off searching for your lost memories before the 45 days are up, though? It's hardly the time to be learning new stuff. But when I hear the word school, I just get strangely interested. I think part of my lost memories might be there. Huh? Have you been to school before, maybe? She shakes her head. It seems less in denial and more not knowing the answer. That must be another thing lost from her memory. I'm starting to think almost everything from before she was put to sleep in that storehouse is gone. But I think I wanted to go to school at some point. It's okay, right? Right, Natsuki-san? Come on, let me go, let me go. She pulls forcefully on my sleeve. I said no. I turn away. There you go again, acting like a petulant child. Bad boy, bad Nat-chan. Who's the petulant child here exactly? And don't call me weird names like that. What's a robot gonna do at school anyway? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. I, being the high-performance model that I am, have an enhanced capacity for learning. I want to learn all kinds of things and become the best robot I can possibly be. I want everybody to depend on me. And you think you'll manage that in 45 days? There's gotta be a better way to spend your time. That's exactly why I want to learn, as quickly as possible. So she wants to be the best possible robot, all ready for her next master. That does make sense, even though even if the thought makes my chest tighten. Why don't you like going to school, Natsuki-san? You started throwing a tantrum and Minamo mentioned it too. That is absolutely, objectively not what I did. It's just pointless. What, studying? It's pointless going to school in a town like this. The schools around here are just too far below the academy's level. In order to even get into the academy, you have to already have studied everything you would cover in a regular high school. And there's nothing left for me to learn there. I didn't mean it in a self-aggrandizing way. That's just the simple reality of the situation. In that case, you can just be my companion. Why would I do that? Just go on your own. I can't do that. I'm your leg. I can't exactly leave your side, can I? She reaches out and grasps my sleeve. I don't care about that. Go if you really want to. Sighing and tutting, I turn my back on the conversation and walk out onto the deck. Where are you going? For a walk. It's not like I have anything better to do. Aww. Come on, I want to go to school. You enjoying yourself, Jay? I hope so. Half an hour later. I don't know, like, if there's a name for, like, settings like this, because it's so specific, but I like settings where it's like, I don't know, it's like almost post-apocalyptic, kind of. You know, like, nature has reclaimed a lot of the earth. There's probably a lot less people, and it's like this juxtaposition of like all the buildings and like technology mixed with like nature like slowly creeping up on it. I don't know what it is, but something about sceneries like this is really calming for me. I don't know what it is. I just like them a lot. It just strikes a chord with me more than like a regular cityscape or like a regular nature landscape too. Like when they're both mixed together, um, in such a way, and there's like a little bit of a sad undertone as well because it's like the sea levels are rising kind of, and like the earth is almost slowly being like swallowed up by the ocean. Um, Something about that, I like it. I like the setting of this visual novel a lot. What is this place? No idea. I just picked a direction to walk in. I didn't know where we'd end up. Standing before us is a half-sunken concrete building. Wow, it's amazing how half of is underwater. I don't have any entries of this kind of avant-garde architecture in my database. Well, of course not. At the time she was put to sleep, this building would have been at the top of a hill. Searching, searching. Hang on. Is this a school? Huh? Well, what did you know? What a coincidence. Huh. I guess you're out of luck, Natsuki-san. You've accidentally brought me exactly where I wanted to go. Truly, I am foxed. Anyway, let's pop in and see Minuma while we're here. Okay, sounds great. Atri grins, utterly clueless. There's one problem with that plan, though. How do they get in? How the hell do you even get into this place? The school buildings are tangled up in a thick web of ivy, tree branches infiltrating through cracks in the concrete, and shoulder-deep water covering every obvious pathway. Surely they've given this place up to the waves and moved somewhere else. Oh, it's a hitman. Huh? Oh. A child spots us from one of the windows, only to duck down as soon as I look in the direction of her shout. There really are people inside. Wait, hitman? Let's go home. I've got a bad feeling about this. As I turn to leave, I hear more voices. Really? Where is he? Has he come to assassinate us? There he is. He's got a weapon, and he brought his henchmen too. Oh no, it's him. We're all gonna die. The children crowd around the window, pointing down at us, babbling in fear. Natsuki-san, I detect hostiles in this area, trying to unleash my true form and engage offensive maneuvers. Give me a break. I don't know what passes. I don't want to know what passes for your true form. We're leaving. Oh, they're running away. Looks like this hitman's nothing to be scared of after all. Chicken hitman. Buck, buck, buck. I stop and turn. Hey, brats, if you want... Hey, brats, if you don't want me to shower this whole place in lead from my machine cane, get down here right now. I wave my walking stick in their general direction. He's gonna kill us. Well, what do we do? I'm scared. Don't worry, I'll take him down. Watch out, Ririka. Don't let him fill you full of lead. Be careful. Leave this guy to me. Suddenly feeling like a bad guy in some cheesy action flick, I wait until one of the kids comes out of the building. She slowly paddles over to me in a small boat. Somehow, the scene loses a bit of its tension. I love this. Here I am, Hitman. Don't underestimate my power. Brandishing the paddle as a sword, the little girl stares me down with fiery eyes. If you want Natsuki-san, you'll have to go through me, and I have the high ground. Atri stands imperiously above, her arms outstretched as if daring her to attack. Move off. Shove off, Shorty. Shorty? Yeah, shove off, Shorty. Natsuki? You too? Hitman, I challenge you to a duel. Let me ask you one thing first. Is that your nickname for me? The kid nods. Everyone in this town is saying you're some kind of assassin, and that you've killed 3 people, and now you're laying low here. And you've got a machine rifle, blow dart, grenade gun in your cane, and a napalm cannon in your leg. I know all about you. Is that really what the people around here think of me? Is that true? Atri turns to me, wide-eyed and pale in the face. 100%. I'll just leave that idea in her head for a while. I can shoot my fists out like rockets too. It's true. They're, even more powerful than his guns. Oh, she won't be winning any pallets for her acting. So, is that the boat you used to get into the school? You bet it is. In that case, I'm getting in. Huh? Ah, let me help you. You want a second try at drowning me? Not a chance. That won't happen again. I've already learned not to do that. Atari climbs into the boat first and holds her hand out to me. I guess she really learned what to do. So cute. These little illustrations were so cute. I love it. Hey, wait, don't get in here. Mina, Mo-chan, and everyone else here are in the school. Ah, perfect. Minamo's who I'm here to see. She's your target? Oh no, Minamo-chan. I'm sorry I gave you away. You better watch out. Ryu-chan's gonna beat the hell out of you. I don't even know who that is. I can't believe I messed up. I'm so sorry, everyone. Tears streaming down her face, the little girl starts to paddle. She could just not take us? The boat comes to a stop of what seems to be a hole in the wall, as if a second floor has been abruptly cut off. It seems like the side of the school nearest to the sea has completely collapsed, likely when the ground beneath it subsided when the waters here rose. So, this is the entrance? Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna forgive you if you hurt any of my friends. Atri pulls me up out of the boat and we walk inside. Compared to the outside, the inside of the building is surprisingly well kept. From the third floor upwards, it could pass for almost a normal school. Where's Minamo? What are you planning to do with her? I bet you're in love with her, aren't you? She's real pretty after all. Did you come here to confess your love to her? Just be quiet and take me to her. Even caught up in her own little fantasy world, she's taking us straight to where we need to go. Maybe she isn't such a bad kid. From the end of the hallway, past rows of empty classrooms, I hear a hubbub of voices. If you finish your worksheets, come and tell me. This ain't the time to be studying right now, Minamo-chan. Ririka's in danger. The hitman, he's gonna... Okay, settle down. Thank you for the head pat. Welcome to the stream, Catman. Okay, settle down. Where did she get to, anyway? Minamo's the teacher? By the looks of it, this is the only class. Everyone run! The kid bursts into the classroom shouting. Ririka, you're okay? Quick, the hitman's coming. Where have you been, Ririka? We're in the middle of class. Minamo-chan, you've got to hide. He's coming for you. No, don't cry. Who's he? The hitman. The kid, Ririka presumably, points at me. Ah, Natsu-kun. You actually came. Don't go near him, he's gonna shoot you. Oh, so the hitman is your nickname for Natsu-kun? He's really not anything like that, you know? But he's killed like 3 people. Everyone stares at me, wide-eyed. He's definitely got the face that would scare little children. He doesn't look particularly friendly. Yeah, he doesn't look very friendly, so that would probably make little children feel a little anxious. That is true. Right, bye. Wait, it was a joke, Ririka. Don't let him go. Wait a second. He says, but he's killed like 3 people, and he says, that is true. What is that supposed to mean? What does he mean by that? You're not getting past me. Or me. Wait, why are you stopping me? You've come all the way here to school. You can't leave without studying. Let's get him, henchman. Roger. Atri and the girl pounce on me from both sides, clinging to my shirt. Why are you the one holding their lessons, Minamo? Where's the actual teacher? Well, to be honest, we don't have one. She quit last month, and they've not sent us a new one. The only people in the classroom are 3 elementary schoolers, and 2 kids of high school age, including Minamo. We're supposed to have more students, but they don't seem to think it's worth coming to school. I'd have to agree. If they want to study, they may as well do it at home. A lot of kids can't do that. Some of them have to help out with the family business, and some might not even have a home. How long are you going to keep that up? I picked the girl up by her collar like a cat and plunk her back down on the floor. I'm powerless to stop him. Jeez, this kid is loud. Just as I'm thinking that, I received some unexpected validation. Damn it, Ririka. Be quiet, Ririka. Damn it, you woke me up. Oh. Another character? A high school-aged boy, until this point, was sleeping at his desk with a towel draped over his head. Shouts over at her. You're finally up. We're in the middle of class, Ryu-chan. Class? Yeah, right. We've not even got a teacher. I'm the teacher now. Like Captain Philip, I'm the captain now. I'm the teacher now. How you doing today? I'm doing good. I had a good day. Yeah. How are you? How are you? I can say words. I can do that. I swear. Minamo puffs herself up and clears her throat, but Ryu-chan doesn't seem to notice. He's too busy glaring at me. That's good to know. I'm glad. The hell are you? There's a sharp glint in his eye, which, when combined with his muscular flank, gives him quite the threatening presence. I'd guess that I'm a little taller than him, but somehow it doesn't seem that way. I'm Atri. Why, hello there. Atri skitters over to him and gives him a tiny bow. Seriously? Who? Taken back by her politeness, he shoots me a scowl. I mentioned that we had a transfer student, right? This is Natsu-kun. This is Nojima Ryuji. Everyone calls him Ryu-chan. And this girl is... Oh, so this is studying? Let me give it a try. Atari stretches reused textbooks and starts to read it. Hey, don't just take my stuff. Come on, you're not using it, are you? She breezily brushes off his annoyance, flickering through the book as cool as a cucumber. I failed to suppress a chuckle. Who could, seeing the school reprobates suddenly shut down by a tiny girl? Oh, are you picking a fight or something? No, I'm not the fighting type. Not with this body, for sure. Ugh, I don't like the look of you, you know. Now, boys. You could stand to learn a thing or two from Atri-chan. Sit down and get studying. I sigh and take my sheet, begrudgingly settling for a lesson from Miss Minamo. For a while, everyone merely reads their textbooks in silence. Seeing Atri so focused on her studying, the children seemed naturally pulled along in her wake. Minamo-sensei, I have a question. What's up, Atri-chan? About this part. Minamo looks at Atri's textbook. That, We don't understand either, Minamo-sensei. Well, that's Ryu-chan's textbook, isn't it? He's a third year, so... What year are you? I'm only a first year. I haven't learned any of this stuff at all yet. Ah, so he's a year older than me. Hey Ryu-chan, can you explain this part? Not a clue about that. I've not learned it either, you know. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that you never do anything in class. Ask the guy for... ask the guy for help and then slap him in the face. Real nice. With nothing else to do, I take a look at what Atri's reading. What do you need help with? This is a third-year textbook, Natsu-kun. You're only a second year, right? It's this part. It's a math textbook. Seems pretty simple. I guess I'll teach her how to solve it. Ah, I see. Thank you. Oh, how did you know how to do that? It wasn't exactly a hard problem. Anyone could solve it if they've learned the method. Look at Mr. Smarty Pants over there. To be honest, there's a lot of stuff in my textbook I don't understand either, Natsu-kun. Oh yeah, he said that in order to get into the academy, he had learned everything that you would learn in high school. So, it seems that he would make a better teacher, since he already knows everything. Let me take a look. Great, thanks. Give me a second. So, this part here, and this bit too, and here. Minamo flicks through all the notes she's taken. It seems like she's building up quite the library. She's been building up quite the library of questions over the past months, since the class was left without a teacher. I go through them one by one. Wow, you're a genius, Natsu-kun. I'm a little surprised to hear her say that, but helping her out wasn't so bad, I suppose. You're Ryuji, right? Yeah, and? Let me take a look at your notes too. I may as well while I'm here. What? Piss off, I don't need your help. His face turns bright red, almost too surprised to be angry. Are you really just gonna sit around in the corner and mess around just because there's no teacher to tell you off? If you want, I can help you study. The hell? You really just gonna turn up here and act like you're a teacher? I don't need someone younger than me bossing me around. I studied at the academy, so I already know everything in your textbook. You don't have to be embarrassed, that's just how things are. Ugh. You're kinda special, you know that? Really? Thanks, I suppose. That wasn't a compliment. Anyway, what's the point in a guy like me studying? It's not like it's gonna help me or anything. It'll give you more choices when you leave school. You could go to college, get a good job, contribute to society, that kind of thing. While a lot of universities were absorbed into the academy when it was established, there are still some independent institutions in most places. Many don't have the budgets they'd like in this age of instability and depopulation, but some can still produce research and scholars to rival society's best. Do you really think any of us here are ever gonna go to college? I don't really know anyone in the class except for Minamo, but it's true that the likelihood of any of them getting into a university is extremely low. You've gotta be some big shot elite dude to go to college, right? If you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you may as well not study. It's just a waste of time then. Like, if studying and getting all smart is so important, why are you in a place like this? Because my grandma died and left me with crippling debt. So, yeah. I couldn't afford. Oh yeah, he couldn't afford the tuition for the academy, so he sold. He had like a good prosthetic leg that was like custom fit, like to him, but he sold it to pay his tuition, and then so now he has a shitty leg. Yeah. That's why you shouldn't be mean to people. You never know what they've been through, you know? You never know like someone's life, what they've gone through. So, you shouldn't like assume stuff, you know? Yeah. 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 Ryu-chan, Natsuki-kun's been through a lot. Yuno leans over to whisper something in his ear. Right. Sorry, I got kinda heated then. He stands up from his seat. I'm beat, so I'm gonna go eat something. He walks up with his hands in his pockets, nose turned up, a scowl on his face. As he crosses the threshold in the corridor, I think I see something like a flash of regret in his expression. Pretty. Before I knew it, the sinking sun is bathing the classroom in a golden hue. Oh no, I didn't realize it was this late. Miyuno walks over to the teacher's desk and rings a small handbell laying on top of it. I guess that must be the closest thing they have to a school bell here. Alright, that's all for today. Are we stopping studying? Looks like it. The hitman. He's a monster. A monster hitman. Ooh, I thought we were done for. I love studying. I love studying. The younger children are all laying flat on their desks with dead, glassy eyes. What's up with those kids? Even her. I think you might have worked them a little too hard, Natsuki-kun. Minamo's eyes have lost some of their sparkle too, now that I notice. Ha ha ha, I've learned so much. Maybe it was a little much to assume you'd be able to make up for a whole month in one day. I got so engrossed in teaching that I'd kind of lost track of time. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Welcome. Everyone be careful on the way home, okay? Okay, see ya. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, Minamo-sensei. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There's something I wanted your help with, Minamo. Help? To be honest, There's a certain something absolutely essential that I'm going to need. I'm going to need if Atari's going to be living with me, and Minamo's the only person I can ask. We start on our way home. Atri holds my hand and kicks her beshoed feet up proudly with each step. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see her cow leg bobbing up and down. Ah, studying was so much fun. Even though it's just been one day, I already feel so much smarter. I'll be a super robot in no time. She puffs out her chest. You really did work hard. You're a quick learner, that's for sure. I know, right? And it's not simply because she's a robot, either. Humanoids might be well suited to mathematical equations, but they're normally not great with cultural and social subjects. Yet Atri worked hard and learned well. She was so enthusiastic that I think a little bit of that ended up rubbing off on me. Let's go to school tomorrow too, okay? Well, if I feel like it. I look over at her smiling face. Walking home from school holding a girl's hands might not be so bad. I don't think I've ever imagined doing this. Not since my mom died, at least. I was so focused on studying to get into the academy, and then on studying there. I don't remember ever having a single moment as carefree as this back then. I'm only holding her hand because she's supposed to act as my leg, of course. She has to stay close to support me. Yeah, it's so cute. It's so lovely. I suppose this is how it's going to be for a while. A relaxed existence with no goal in sight, without feeling the need to study every waking moment of every day. It's almost like a long, belated summer holiday. Why are you staring at me? Oh, I get it. You want to kiss me, right? What? Unfortunately, that kind of thing is against the humanoid ethics regulations. Violating the regulations could lead to me being confiscated, so please be careful. Those regulations hardly matter these days. Humanoids haven't been built in years, and with so few remaining after the Great Sea Rise, enforcing all of these laws concerning them isn't exactly a priority for the cops. Hello, I've never seen this VN, but it looks interesting so far. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm loving it. So far, it's really nice. I hope you enjoy it, as I'm enjoying it too. Hang on, give me a second. Let me close my window. People are always driving so fast. Always like, it's late at night and nobody else is on the road, so I can just zoom down the street like I'm in Initial D. Deja vu. I have been in this place before. So you really do want to kiss me, even if you've done it before. Doing it again would be... Wait, I've never kissed you. Yes, you have, remember? When you fell into the sea. Wasn't that just like mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because he was drowning? He was drowning, so she had to, like, when it's dark out and there's less visibility, right? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Wait, no. That was CPR. kiss can be defined as a contact of the lips of two people. It is often used as an expression of love between them. I can't believe you don't know such an important thing, Natsuki-san. You might be book smarts, but it seems you've got a long way to go when it comes to social norms. She shrugs and sighs. I know what a kiss is. Oh, does that mean you've had a lot of them? Well, Atari peers up with an inquisitive expression at my face, which is burning red. I'm actually on her side for this. Yeah? I guess... Yeah, technically, even if it was for the purposes of CPR, technically it is still a kiss. Technically. If we're going by the dictionary definition of a kiss, then yeah, I guess so. For a moment, I'm speechless, and it takes all I have to stutter out a reply. That's got nothing to do with you. I guess not. Ah, this damn annoying heap of scrap. Anyway, are you any good at housekeeping? Of course I am. What do you take me for? The majority of humanoids are intended for domestic services. The whole reason they were designed to look human is to blend in with the family. Naturally, that means they're equipped with all the skills they need to keep the house clean. Yeah, that's a relief. Doing any kind of housework is difficult with this leg, as he wants to be its replacement so much. That's the least I can ask for. Leave dinner to me. I don't know. Should we let Atri cook? I don't know if she's gonna be good at it or not. Yeah. I have so much to get ready that I'm really late. I wonder if Natsukun's had dinner yet. Look, that's enough. Jeez, just stop. No way. I've got to show you exactly just how useful I can be. A great tumult of crashing and banging comes from the ship. Huh? Are they fighting? Stop! Don't fight! What? What on earth is going on here? Forcing her way into the cabin, Minano sets her eyes on the mayhem within. The floor is littered with broken plates and cups. Piles of torn clothes and bed sheets are scattered across the room. It looks like the place has been ransacked. Oh, good evening, Minamo. Evening. So, what's going on here? It's all Atri's doing. What happened? Don't tell me her programming went haywire and she went into beast mode. No, she's just really, really bad at housework. This looks a little bit beyond bad. Well, the last time when she tried to help him get into the boat, and almost drowned him, she did say she learned not to do it. So, it seems that she can do pretty much everything, but she has to do it wrong first. She has to do it wrong first, so then she knows, like, oh, that's not how I'm supposed to do it. Which seems kind of counterintuitive to having a robot. That's kind of... It's okay. She's doing her best, okay? Alright? She's got the spirit, you know? She's got the enthusiasm, and that's what matters. I'd like to point out that my ability to make human-like mistakes makes me particularly high performance in that aspect. Shut up, no human makes mistakes this bad, you piece of scrap. That is discriminatory language. If you don't take it back, you will be charged under the Humanoid Anti-Discrimination Statute. Ow! I grab hold of Atri's head and start to grind my knuckles against it. Ah. Violence against humanoids can be punished by up to 3 years in prison. Shut your trap. I'm gonna throw you back in the sea at this rate. Please, no, I'm sorry. I'll apologize. Hey, she's doing her best. Oh, I've never seen you generally angry before. It's scary. Ah, that was horrible. A teary-eyed Atri starts to clear up the scattered debris. At least she knows how to clean. Okay, she's good at cleaning. Is she cleaning up the messes that she made in the first place? Yes, but that doesn't matter. She's cleaning. Her head twacks onto a shelf, and a rain of books comes tumbling down on top of her. Okay, never mind. I take it back. She's not even good for cleaning. Okay. She can't clean. Can't do housework. Probably can't cook. But you know what? She's a good little buddy. She's a little buddy. That's nice, right? She's a little buddy. You know? You can like talk to her and stuff. Yeah. She's a little buddy. Everybody needs a buddy. Are you okay, Hatri-chan? Thank you for the head pat. Ah, I'm fine. My skull is made of carbon fiber, so a little bump like this is nothing. Were you really built to be a maid? To do something well and right, you must first learn all the ways to do it wrong. Exactly. Exactly. She's just so high performance, she's just learning all the ways to do it wrong first. Alright? She's just built different. Of course I am. What do you take me for? Leave dinner to me. Maybe we shouldn't let her near the kitchen, though. Where did that confidence go? I can't believe I actually got my hopes up for a nice dinner. Hatri falls to the floor, clenching her heart. She's on a higher level of thinking. Exactly, exactly. Her earlier culinary handiwork wasn't really what I'd call dinner. It could hardly even be described as food. In fact, if you found it in a factory's waste chute, the place would be shut down. I have no words to excuse myself. If I were a samurai, I'd be committing seppuku right now. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, Atri. Everybody makes mistakes. Why is samurai the first thing you think of? I'm about to tell you... What I'm about to tell you is a top secret. If it leaves this room, both of you could be in grave danger. Understand? Huh? The truth is, I am a military-grade battle robot built secretly by the special forces of a country that shall remain unnamed. What? Seriously? Atri nods, her expression solemn. I was dispatched to destroy this country, but by the time I arrived, my own had been obliterated. I lost my home and my reason to exist. You know, that wouldn't be the first time I heard that, yeah. Honestly, that seems like a plausible story for a robot to have. It seems like a plausible story. I'm sure it's true. And she's not just lying because she's very, very embarrassed by how horrible she is at housework. I'm sure she's telling the truth. Atri brushes away a tear, or at least she would if she was actually crying. Humanoids don't even have the ability to cry, except for the purposes of cleaning their optical receptors. My master was the one that took me in when I was all alone. She gave me a name and a new purpose, being her maid. But I found it too difficult to control my strength, and things would always end up like this. She scolded me so many times. Hatri-chan. Huh? I didn't know it was possible for humanoids to lie. That's just how high performance I am. She can even tell stories. What an impressive little robot she is. Ah, that was all a lie? I didn't expect you to confess that quickly. If I didn't convince myself I was really some kind of killing machine, then I'm just too strong. Yeah. If I didn't convince myself I was really some kind of killing machine, then I couldn't live with being so bad at simple chores or something like that. But I really do have some really vague memories of my master always scolding me before. Just because I was lying doesn't mean it isn't true though. What? Yes, it does. Consider 2 points. 1, I am a robot. 2, I am terrible at housework. If we apply universal destructive reasoning to these points, the only logical conclusion is that I'm a killer military destructobot. Yeah? Wow, she's so high performance she can even lie to herself. Seems she's not high performance enough to know that you generally have to crack an egg before trying to fry it. Oh, Atri. Oh, sweetheart. Hello, Jay. Oh, darling. Sweet, sweet, pure soul. I guess I'm going without dinner thanks to you. Thank you for that, Pat. The one thing this killer robot has succeeded in destroying is my food stocks. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please don't throw me into the sea. Imagine he just picks her up and just tosses her over the sea, overboard in the ship, and then the visual novel just ends. And it's like, and then I threw her into the sea. Credits start rolling. You don't have to worry about food for tonight. Minamo timidly holds out her bag. 10 out of 10 ending. I asked my mom to help me make some dinners for you. Oh. Oh, you look so creeped out. Is it really okay for us to have them? Yeah, it's fine. You did help me study today, and it's gotta be hard living on your own, right? I grasped Minamo's hands with desperate intensity. Thank you so much. You saved my life. Great. You even, held my hand. Searching database for woman plying man with food. Aha! The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I know what you're up to. Atri points at Minamo. That's not what it is. I'm just trying to help. However, I still have you beat. As the woman who sleeps with him every night, I am far closer to the definition of wife. Atri, don't word it like that. Atri, don't word it like that. It's not like that. Natsuki just has like really bad nightmares. And when he has nightmares, the phantom pain from his leg, his like amputated leg, like acts up. And and Atri like sleeping with him in the bed calms him down and he's able to sleep. He's able to bruh. He's able to sleep soundly when Atri sleeps in the bed with him. Okay? It's not for any weird reason. So get your mind out of the gutter. Also, hi, Nook. You do what? You're no such thing. Oh, I'm not? I've learned something. Yeah. Can I eat this already? I'm starving. Go ahead. There's one for you, too, Atri-chan. She's a robot. She doesn't need to eat. This looks great. Truly delicious. Why are you eating? As a fully equipped household robot, I have the capability to consume food. Why would a robot need that? Like, they did say that the reason that they look human is so they blend in with the family more. So, I guess, like, if everybody was, like, at the table eating dinner, and if it was just, like, the robot... to quote Nujib, Hayes, and probably Atri, I just think different. Yeah. Like, so, like, I guess it would be kind of weird if, like, everybody was, like, sitting, eating food, and then there's just, like, one member of the family just, like, sitting there not eating anything. So I guess her being able to eat makes her feel more human. And her, in turn, her being more human makes it more comfortable for to be around her. I guess the I've been that person before. Same. So, I guess it's almost seems like the purpose of like a humanoid having like a humanoid robot like in the house, like it almost seems like they're made in such a way that you're supposed to forget that they're a robot. Which is very interesting. I'm sure there are probably people who had like household robots like Atari, and they probably like considered that robot a part of the family. Because of how they act. Which is very interesting. I mean, they even like created laws to protect them, so they're basically kind of like people too, right? Even if those laws aren't technically enforced anymore, but still. You said you didn't need to eat, didn't you? You don't get any nutrition from it. Correct. So it just sits in her. Correct. I don't need food to survive. I'm just eating this, not digesting it. You know, like when a little kid is playing with a doll, right? And like they take food and they just kind of like put the food on like the doll's, like the stuffed animal's mouth, like pretending to feed it. That's what this is. That's what's like this is giving, you know? It's like when I was little, if I had like a stuffed animal or something, I'd like take a bite of my food and I'd be like, "Here, now you get a bite of food too." And I just like doot, doot, doot. That's kind of what it is. So she can eat the food, but not actually do anything with it. Geez, you must have been built in a pretty decent age if you're able to go around wasting food for no reason. What even happens to the stuff you eat? That's not a subject to be discussed at the dinner table. You poop? What? How have I ended up saddled with this hunk of junk? That's such a weird... Who built this robot? Who built this robot? I want to have a talk with them. Why'd you build her like this? Why is she like this? I'm sorry about Ryu-chan. I want them to pick her up. Yeah. Can you just like come and get your robot, please? I don't know what to do with her. Is there like an instruction manual? Like, I don't. At this point, she's more of a cyborg than a robot. Like, honestly, yeah. Who knows? Maybe she does have like some human parts. After dinner, Minamo starts sheepishly apologizing. Why are you saying sorry for him? He's not really a bad guy, he's just got a big mouth. I don't really care. And he has a point, I guess. The subjects I study at the academy were on a whole different level to what you'd learn at regular school. They wanted to create scholars that could contribute to saving the world. It's a place where you devote yourself to a higher purpose and pour everything into your research, or at least that's what I thought for my first year there. In reality, this place was rife with factionalism and authoritarian ideologies, looking down on everyone outside of the school and anyone who didn't perform to their standards. Going to sleep. See you later. Thanks for stopping by in the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Sweet dreams. Not everyone was like that, but you know what they say. One bad apple spoils the barrel. I flunked out of the academy and ended up here. Do you really think it's pointless for us to study? Maybe it's not worth it for us to go to school after all. I might talk to you about this earlier, but the truth is, the school might be... I meant to talk to you about this earlier, but the truth is the school might be closed down soon. I see. You don't sound surprised. Sorry to disappoint, but if anything, I'm surprised the place still exists. It's half submerged, and its grand total of 5 students and 0 teachers. It hardly even meets the definition of the word school. We technically have more students than you saw earlier, but they never turn up. They say it's pointless. I get what they mean. Since our teacher left for the main line, we've been all alone. The school really is going to close at this rate. What am I supposed to do about that, though? I'm a guy who just ran away from one educational establishment. Why would I care about another? These pancakes are great. Did you make them? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Much. They are good. Hey, stop eating those. It's a waste of good food. Are you even able to taste them? Of course, I have special high-performance sensors installed in my mouth for the purpose of taste testing dishes. Okay, that does make sense. That does make sense. Because if you were cooking, it would be nice to have a little helper to taste the dishes. Like having a cook who like can't taste the food probably wouldn't be very helpful. I wish she was high performance enough to actually make something worth tasting. A robot with taste testing capabilities, but no skill at actually cooking. Can you imagine anything more useless? I really wasn't sure whether to make pancakes or omelets. I didn't know if you preferred savory or sweet things. I thought since you're a guy, you probably prefer savory. But Mom said... But Mom said that you seemed like a big softie, really, and you'd probably prefer something sweet. Seems like she was right. I'm not sure where her mother got that impression, given I've only met her a few times. Well, I guess they are pretty tasty. Great. I'm starting to think you're kind of dumb, Minamo. What? Why would you say that? According to the analysis of my high-performance AI drive, Natsuki-san just said that to change the subject. Huh? Oh, that's right. Damn it, you piece of... I can understand Minamo's frustration, but there's nothing I can do about the school. Carrying on the conversation would just be an annoyance. Miyamo's face is etched with sadness. Sorry, I was joking. I love this type of content. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's awesome. I hope this helps you get cozy and helps you fall asleep. And if you don't feel like sleeping, you can just vibe and relax a little bit. So my pancakes aren't actually nice? That's what she's upset about? No, that's true. Say thanks to your mom for me. Really? Great. I'll tell her you said that. I didn't make any today, since it's pretty difficult, but she taught me how to make all kinds of soups and stuff, too. Munch. Atri gives her a pitying look. Huh? Wait a second. Oh, Natsuko. That one's on you. There's no point in a bunch of minors discussing the school closing, is there? That's something adults are going to decide. Yeah, that's not really something a kid can really fix. Psst, too much work. Too complicated. That's true, but... they're the ones who want to shut down the school in the first place. Even if some kids turn up saying, please keep it open, they're not going to listen. You can plainly see that from the fact that we don't have electricity yet, that the powers that be have already given up on this place. I look out the window toward the town, laying silent beneath the darkening skies. Even as the evening draws in, not a single light is visible. When the seas rose, this area was cut off from the mainland. The rising water caused flooding and landslides, and all of the electricity pylons carrying power to the town collapsed as a result. It's been in the dark ever since. The government has given up on the low-lying areas that are soon to be completely swallowed up, and simply recommend that everyone moves inland. What's the problem if the school shuts down? Well, I'll have to transfer to schools elsewhere. But that would be difficult for the younger children. Their families are in dire straits. And it would probably mean going to school would be impossible for them. I probably couldn't find another school that I'd be able to commute to either. And there aren't any other schools around here? She silently shakes her head. The elementary school, the middle school, the other high school, they all sunk. In that case, if they wanted to study somewhere else, they'd have to move. That's easier said than done these days, when there's so little land to live on. That's one reason Ryu-chan is so on edge right now. He's like the ringleader of the kids around here. Really? He was saying an awful lot about how pointless studying is. He did still come to school though, I suppose, even if he did just sleep all day. I'm going to have a rest. I'm going to have a good rest of your stream. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Catman. Sweet dreams. I hope this stream helped you feel good and nice and comfy and helped you relax. Bye bye. And thanks for the head pat. I feel the same way he does. If you're going to study, there's no point in doing it half-assed. Do you really think that? You always said you're going to study as much as you could and save the world. That was a long time ago. I'm surprised you remember that. I first met Ninamo when I came to live with my grandmother. That was quite some time ago. Of course I remember. You said that. And then one day you just disappeared. But you saying that made me want to work hard and study too. In the end, it's all been pointless though, right? You can't stop the school closing. Kids like us can't do anything about adult decisions. That's the simple fact of the matter. But... Stop your whining. If you really want to study, I might be able to help you. Really? We're going to try a science experiment tomorrow, so be ready. Oh, Natsu-kun. You're always so nice. Jeez, why are you crying? Ever since the teacher left, I've been worrying about this all on my own. And when you came back, I was sure you'd be able to help. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that I can solve all your problems. I can just teach everyone a few things. That's fine. This all turned out really well, right, Ninamo? It really did, Atri-chan. Yeah, Natsuki really is a big softie. You know, yeah, she acts like he's like a cold person who doesn't care, but a truly like cold person who didn't care about that stuff, who didn't care about anybody else, who didn't care about anything, wouldn't go out of his way to do something like this. Because he doesn't have to. Yeah. he's a good person, he's a good boy. You know, I like. It seems that, like, despite everything he's been through, there's still. There's still kindness in his heart, and I like that about him. Oh no, don't cry. Atri pats the bawling Minamo on the head. It is, I must admit, a very cute sight. Satisfied, I turn my attention back to my food. Huh? Hey, you ate my pancakes. You were so busy talking to Minamo that I thought you were probably full up. Food doesn't even do anything for you. You should at least let me eat my fill first. It does do something. It's tasty, which makes me happy. First you wreck my room, then you eat my dinner. I'll do better tomorrow. I have high performance learning capabilities, so I definitely got some takeaways from this. You keep saying that, but your brain just seems like a heap of scrap to me. That's the first time you've used discriminatory language against me. In accordance with Article 2, Clause 5 of the Robot Protection Statute, the 4 strikes means I'm legally allowed to subject you to pluritic punishment, which means I get to punch you. Hello. Akashi-jun? Hi. Welcome to the stream. That can't be a real law. Shouldn't the 3 laws of robotics stop you from harming a human? Not in my case. I'm a military robot, you know. Okay, then just try it. Do your worst, Toaster. If I use my full power on you, it is possible that I might kill you. Therefore, I will refrain from punishing you. Hi, Teddy. Hi. Are you still playing Smite with everyone? Ah? Looks like you live to see another day, Natsuki-san. Get in the sea, now. Watching the two of us argue, Minamo stops crying. Instead, she laughs. You seem just like you used to, Natsuki. Since you came back, you've been so gloomy. But it looks like Atri-chan's really had an effect on you. I don't really know about that, but my duty as a robot is to make people happy. And if I'm doing that for Natsuki-san, then I'm satisfied. Minamo leans in to whisper something into Atri's ear. Natsuki-kun can be a real grump, but he's a nice guy. Take care of him. Leave it to me. He'll be right as rain as long as I'm around. Played RPG? This isn't an RPG, it's a visual novel. Although, I am currently playing Persona 4 Golden. We're doing a playthrough of that on Sundays. And that's an RPG, so if you're into like gaming content of that kind of game, you can hang out on Sundays with us. More like I can sense a storm coming. Anyway, I should get going. If I'm too late home, Mom will be worried. I'll walk you back, seeing as it's really dark out. No, I'll be fine. There's no one scary in this town who's gonna grab me or something. This place has always had a reputation for being safe and peaceful. That's in part due to the fact that everyone knows each other. It's difficult for outsiders to come here without raising suspicion. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Here's what you wanted. Minamo pulls a bundle of folded cloth out of her bag. I brought some that will suit Atri-chan to a T. Thanks, you're a big help. No problem. See you at school tomorrow. She rushes off, looking significantly happier than she was when she arrived. I'm so glad Nesuke-kun's whacking clown. It seemed like he's getting along really well with Atri-chan, too. There comes a rustle from nearby. Huh? Meow. Oh, it's just a cat. A cat? Phew, that was close. Oh, it's Catherine. I'm not letting you steal my payday from me, kid. Is something wrong, Natsuki-san? No, it's nothing. I just thought I heard someone outside. Hmm? My high sensitivity cyber eyes don't detect anyone. Must have been a passing fisherman or something. About the only people who ever come here around me are people. Around here are me and people who need a quiet place to fish. Anyway, take your clothes off. What? Okay, if that is what you want, I'm prepared to do it. Whatever it takes. Idiot. I didn't mean anything dirty by that. Look. That's very interesting. I'll get naked. I opened the package Minamo brought me. It is, as I told her, something absolutely essential that I'm going to need if Atari's going to be living with me. That's why I sent her out after school to fetch some pajamas for her. So these are the kind of panties you like. I've learned something. Atari, no. Atri, no. Bad. Get your mind out of the gutter. I take another look at the piece of cloth I've just unfolded. Yep, those are panties. Me every day for real. Shut up, Daddy. Guess what did Minimo think when I said something essential? I'll just try them on. Atri strips off her dress and puts the present from Minimo over her existing panties. How do they look? Huh, they actually quite suit you. Oh, they're like bloomers. They're actually quite cute. They're a pair of puffy, almost pumpkin-shaped drawers. They couldn't fit Atri any better. They're a little different from what I was expecting, but I think Minimo's done a good job, all said and done. I'll have to thank her for these at school tomorrow. Yeah. Seems like she likes them too. How do you want to sleep tonight, Natsuki-san? Would you like me to be your leg again? No, I'm fine. There's a little wind tonight, so it should be okay. I see. She looks disappointed. I guess she was hyped up on pumpkin power. I'll be right here, so if you need me, just say. She makes an odd gesture, knitting her fingers together below her belly and swaying side to side. And there the night ends. Water. Damn it, I did it again. I gently unwrap a happily snoozing Atari's arm from around mine. Hey, yo! I'm not reading that. Please don't say it like that. Why does she have to say it like that? Why does she have to say it like that? I have no retort to that. It is admittedly true. I didn't feel the phantom pain last night, but when the radio started to cut, I got uneasy and pulled Atari into bed. Why are you sighing? I guess there is one thing Atari is good for, and that's being a security blanket. It's nothing. Come on, get your clothes on and get ready for school. Yay, school! She snaps awake instantly. With a pang of regret in my chest, I begrudgingly start to get ready. Atri stares at me as I put on my prosthetic leg. Are you still going to use that thing? It's useless and no good for anything except replacing a leg. That's exactly what I need it for. What's with that look? It's so old and well worn. I'm a little jealous. First she's angry at it, now she's envious. It's like she really does think of herself as a leg. It might sound strange to say that about a girl who would appear to any random onlooker as a completely normal human being, but for a robot, those are entirely valid feelings. A robot's feelings. As AI developed, robots became capable of expressing many emotions. Some even say that humanoids like Atri actually developed the ability to process and feel emotions just like humans after living together with us so long. But that's an assertion that I'm more than a little skeptical of. Those emotions, quote-unquote, are simply a result of AI logging and learning to replicate human expressions and behavioral patterns that they've witnessed. Robots lack the one thing that would make these emotions real: consciousness. If you can really call the reactions of an unconscious, unfeeling being, emotions. I guess we're getting into like the philosophical territory of what makes a person, right? If sentience is what makes a person, then by all means, Atari is a person, and therefore deserves the same rights and freedoms that any other person would get, right? But with something so abstract as consciousness and sentience, it's hard to prove that. And then again, how does a person prove that they're conscious either? That's just their own assertion, right? You say that, yes, I am conscious. I am a conscious, sentient human. That's it. So then if it's subjective, then if Atri says that, wouldn't that be true too? That's some food for thought. Atri glares at my leg like a cat that's found something it doesn't quite understand. If I lost any of my pistons or sockets, it'd seriously affect my reputation as a high-performance robot, so I can understand how you feel. Does that mean that a robot could be disabled? I know. I'll do something to prove my worth to you. Do you need help with anything? No, I'm fine. I reply flatly. The room is still littered with the detritus left over from last night's travesty. Okay then, I'll make breakfast. No thanks, I'd rather eat my last remaining bite. I knew you'd come to hate me, eventually. Such is the fate of a killing machine. You're not a killing machine, you're a glorified toaster, but less good at making toast. I suppose that for once I can't argue. I really am just a toaster, cursed with turning all that I touch into ash and cinders. She's really set on this combat robot excuse, isn't she? I ignore her and strap on my prosthetic. She doesn't really have the capacity to feel, does she? Sometimes I start to doubt myself around this girl. When something becomes an accepted truth in academia, it can be difficult to convince anyone that any evidence to the contrary is valid. It's not like I took anything more than the first awkward steps into that world, though. That kind of thing has nothing to do with me anymore. Whatever specialist knowledge I gained there is nothing but useless trivia out in the sticks. If there's nothing else I should be doing, I'm going to go and mark off my calendar. Atari trudges over to where it's hanging on the wall and crosses off another day. "43 days. By the way, did you uncover any memories when we went to the school yesterday? I was so happy to be studying, I forgot I was supposed to be doing that. Jeez. You know you've only got until that calendar runs out, right? Not that I really care if you stay or not, and do whatever you like. I can't stay, can I? You've got to sell me to pay off your debts. True, speaking of which, I wonder what's happened to Catherine. I was sure she'd come around here to complain by now. I've not heard a peep from her since Atri walked out on her. I haven't tried to contact her myself either. Why would I? I don't even know where she's staying. Alright, there we go. I push my foot against the ground, checking my prosthetic leg is properly attached. It might be an old piece of junk, but seeing Atari so jealous, I can't help but feel a strange affection for it. Natsuki-san. Yeah, what are you fidgeting like that for? Robots don't need to go to the toilet, do they? That's sexual harassment, in accordance with the Robot Protection Statute. I'm charging with a fine. I'll add it onto your debts. Okay then, so? Can I have a paper and a pen? I'd like to log some items. Okay. A robot's actions and any associated feedback are usually recorded in a log. They are useful for troubleshooting, in case of a breakdown or when a robot's undergoing maintenance. Humanoids record these logs by outputting them to an external source. Basically, they write them down. As humanoid brains are based on the same neuron structure as an actual human brains, they are not capable of outputting directly in a digital format like your average computer. So it's necessary to record everything on paper, kind of like keeping a diary. Not that it matters much, the company that made Atari is long gone. It's likely her programming demands it though. If she doesn't regularly output it, she'll get uneasy. I'll buy some on the way to school. Yay, thanks! Before class, we stopped by the market district. There are some things I need for today's lesson, as well as Atri's log. Ah, there's so many notebooks. What should I get? Pick whichever one you like. Get yourself one for class 2 while you're at it. I hand her a few coins. Come on, don't waste too much time picking. We'll be late. No reply. This could take a while. I'll go and grab what I need while she's pondering over paper. I think I'll be able to find what I need at a junk shop from before. Suddenly, I feel a tug at my arm. Huh? Is that Catherine? I think it's Catherine. Hand grabs at me, pulling me into a dimly lit back street. Oh no. Pinned against the wall, I see a familiar face inches from mine. Good morning, kid. Catherine? No, don't move. Unless you want this to be more painful than it needs to be. Pressed into my chest, glinting in the light is a knife. I only need to push just a little and this will go straight into your heart. What are you doing? That's mine line, kid. Exactly what are you planning with the robot? Do you think I'm trying to sell Atri and take all of the money for myself? If that's the case, I should clear up the misunderstanding. Not that the truth will go down well either. Even if I'm not planning to sell Atri, it's true that I'm keeping her all to myself. Even if that's probably not how Atri sees it. Catherine brings the knife up to my throat. You really thought you could act all cute and I'd let my guard down? That's nice. I was so nice to you, and then you go and do me over like this? Hey, no. I just didn't know how to contact you. I want you to do something for me. I want you to tell that girl that I'm her master now. She'll have to obey you, right? Or do you want to know what it's like to have a hole in your throat? The tip of the knife digs into my skin. I'm sure this has to be a bluff, but faced with the amount of money the junk shop owner promised us, anyone could go a little crazy. Natsuki-san, what's going on? Atri peers around the corner. She must have noticed me disappear. Atri, don't come over here. Run. Am I, interrupting something? Perfect timing. Come over here. Don't. Atri doesn't move. She doesn't try to help me either. That would involve potentially harming a human. Of the 3 laws of robotic, the first, that a robot should never harm a human, has always been treated as particularly important. If a robot was to hurt a human, that would cause a scandal. It could spell this disaster not for the manufacturer, but for the entire market. When robots were big business, safety was paramount. Though Atri might be able to put herself in danger and even take a blow from me, she wouldn't be able to fight back against Catherine. It'd be better for me to have her run and get help. No, I'll be full of holes by the time she gets back. This could well be a bluff. Catherine wouldn't gain anything from stabbing me, but I can't be entirely sure of that. I could try to escape, but there's no chance of me outrunning her with this leg. Do it, kid. Agitated, she presses me against the wall, the nice tits pointing ominously between my eyes. I raise my arm instinctively, and the blade grazes against my arm. I feel a trickle of red on my skin. Rocket punch! Huh? Caffeinless body goes sprawling all the way back onto the main street, propelled by the enormous force of Atri's two-handed, almost tackle-like attack. Watching her stomach, she turns her head back towards us with her eyes facing in different directions. Atri's hand stands over her handiwork for a moment, with her hands on her hips, before trotting over to me. Are you alright, Natsuki-san? Yeah, she grazed me with a knife, but it's just a flesh wound. You're bleeding. We've got to take care of that. Listen, I'm fine. There's a decent amount of blood, but the wound itself isn't deep. A crowd of rubberneckers starts to form around us. Atri glares at Catherine. How's that? Like getting a taste of my special moves? You haven't seen anything yet. If I really wanted to, I could do this to you. She picks up the knife. Grr. Holding it lightly between her fingers, the blade starts to bend like rubber. The assembled crowd oohs appreciatively. Atri tosses the mangled blade on the ground in front of Catherine. With a whimper, she grabs it and springs to her feet. I'll be back, you dumb brats. Fighting through the laughing horde, she runs off. There we are. Another threat to your life eliminated. Aren't I special? Come on, praise me, praise me. Right. She leans in, and still dumbstruck, I instinctively reach out to pat her head. Her hair is so soft and delicate in my fingers. See how helpful I can be? Atri, you... Nothing. She harmed a human. No normal robot could do that. She did say she was a military robot. That was a lie, though. She admitted it herself. According to her serial number, she's a completely normal consumer market model. Assuming that's not some kind of camouflage? Everything I know about robots is just what I've read in books. Maybe depending on her type, there are some humanoids that are able to attack others to prevent their master coming to harm. He really praised me. Oh. Is it alright? It is alright for me to be happy about this, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose so. Atri grins up at me. Oh, we need to take care of your arm, too. Well... there's a drugstore. She grabs me by the hand and leads me through the market. It's the hitman. First thing Rika does when I walk into the classroom is point at me. Someone should teach this little shit some manners. Well, another enemy combatant? You wanna go at it, henchman? Bring it on. Stop it, Atri. No killing kids. Not today, at least. Understood. I suppose you get to live another day. You dirty henchman. The two of them scurry up to each other like children play fighting. But if Atri tried what she did to Catherine to Rika, she'd... I shouldn't think about that. Morning, Natsu-kun. Morning, Atri-chan. Good morning, Minamo. Thank you for the wonderful pansies. I think Natsuki-kun really likes them. He what? Shut up, toaster. Morning, Minamo. So you came again. Minamo-chan, don't go near him. He's going to confess his undying love to you. He what? He wouldn't do that. Don't worry. I'll protect you. Come on, don't be silly. Get to your seat. Homeroom's about to start. The lineup in the class is exactly the same as it was yesterday. Just us, the little kids, and Ryuji. The latter isn't asleep today, but he is gazing luridly out of the window. He glances over for just a moment, before going back to seemingly more important manners. Well, no surprise there. So before we start studying today, we're going to hold a class meeting. We need to discuss the school shutting down. I'm sure you all know this already, but it's likely that this school will be shutting down soon. We just have too few students and no teacher. So I wanted to ask if anyone here had any ideas as to how we could stop this. Me. Yes, Ririka? Suruka-tan could be our teacher? Who's that? He runs the candy shop in the market. He knows a lot of things, and he's always fun to listen to. He knows everything about everything. Has he got a teaching license? If he doesn't, he's not going to be able to help. Ryuka freezes up. Teaching license? What's that? Come on, you didn't have to get that serious with her. Ryuji grumbles from the corner. Forget it, Sorry, forget I said anything. But he's right. Suruta-san's not just a smart old man. Not a real teacher. I guess I'll have to keep studying and earn a license myself. Minamo clutches her fist resolutely. You know how long that would take, right? By the time you've been to university and come back, this place will be gone. Besides, even if she did come back, the current class would have already graduated, and if this place has got any new students by then, I don't think it'd be in real trouble anyway. I thought it might be tough. You're real good at shooting people down, but you got any actual ideas over there? Me? How about you try giving it a think? I only arrived here yesterday. And then only because Atri twisted my arm. I told you, this place can go to hell for all I care. And yet here you are, staring out the window. Not quite sure I get this guy. How about you, Atri-chan? Nothing in this world is eternal. All is fleeting. One should not lament its disappearance. The important thing is how you spend the time before the end, or something. How you spend the time before the end. Minamo seems thrown off by Atari's unexpectedly sagacious answer. By which I mean, let's get down to studying. I want to start learning. Okay, let's begin. There's no point in wrestling with a problem that has no solution after all. The class meeting ends as suddenly as it started. Minamo rings the handbell. Okay, break time. We'll start class properly in 10 minutes. Let's go out and play. The little kids hurriedly scurry out of the classroom. Where exactly do they go play? The whole place is underwater. Ugh, I'm beat. Uzi groans with theatrical loudness and flops out onto the desk asleep. Okay, we're starting. Latecomers get cleaning duty, remember? Mimura sticks her hand out of the door and rings the bell, and the children scramble back into the classroom. Safe. I'm in. Wait. Yurika comes flying through the doorway. I made it, didn't I? Didn't I, Minamo-chan? Just about. Okay, everyone sit down. That was a close one. I got the feeling she was saved by the Minamo bell there. So today's lesson will be a science lesson. And what's more, we've got a very special teacher. A special teacher? Who? Oh, it's Natsukin. That guy? Don't look so disappointed, it hurts. I walk to the front of the class, dragging Atri with me. Okay then, the floor is yours. So yesterday, a certain someone said something that caught my interest. What's the point of studying if you're not going to university? I'm going to show you why that's wrong. I lay out the ingredients I bought at the market on the teacher's table. A light bulb? What are those red and blue wires? I get it, we're going to make a bomb. What kind of school do you think this is? A terrorist training camp? There's a light bulb, some wires, and a motor. Today we're going to use these. I draw something out on the blackboard. To make electricity, in other words, a generator. A generator? You can make that kind of thing? Well, we don't have electricity in this town, do we? But if we learn how, we can make it ourselves. A basic generator is simple. We're just going to use some principles that you'll find in any textbook. Oh. So, let's do a little experiment. Oh, a science experiment? That sounds super hard. First, I'll need you guys to assemble some parts. What we got here won't be enough for a generator. I want you to split up and find everything we need. I start to sketch out the parts we're looking for on the board. Although they're all simple parts, it'd be hard to guess exactly what we're going to do with them. You should be able to find them around the school. Okay, get searching. Oh, it's like a treasure hunt. This sounds fun. Let's go. Wait for me. The three young ones rush out of the door. Let's go too, Natsuki-san. My robot pride can't stand losing to those children. Okay, stop pulling me. This is going to be fun. The three of us head downstairs. It's pretty amazing, really. You wouldn't think this place could still be a school. The second floor is inundated with water, running through the corridor like rivers. Oh, a fish! A little fish swam through the gaps between Atri's bare feet. Her loafers left safely left on the stairs. At high tide, the sea fills this corridor up. I keep telling the little ones that this place is dangerous, but they just love playing here. Oh, so this is where they run off to during the last break. It seems we've got more classrooms than we could ever need, though. In the past, there were enough students to fill up the whole school. That would have been quite some time ago, before the Great Sea Rise, before Atri was constructed, even. Compared to the peak of humanity's population, schools everywhere have dramatically fewer students now. Let's look over here. The students go splashing ahead of us through the water. Hey, no running in the corridors, you'll fall over. You're the only one who does that, Minamo-chan. Oh, As she raises her hand in protest, she loses her footing. I manage to grab hold of her and prop her up. That was close. Thanks, Natsu-kun. Jeez, it's just like what the kid said. I bet. Sorry for being clumsy. Hmm? You're going all red, Minamo. Do you... have a cold? Huh? Huh? Do you? I might. Yeah. Nah. She doesn't have a cold. She's just down bad. I pressed the back of my hand to her forehead. Huh? Natsuka? You're a little hot. A summer cold's never a good thing. You should rest up a little. I'm fine. He's so nice. After half an hour of searching, everyone returns to the classroom. So let's see what you've got. I start to examine the assembled materials with the eye of a pirate captain looking over some plundered booty. Booty. Look at this stuff I found. Mine too. The children are fuzzing with energy, proudly holding out the things they've gathered. What did you find, Ririka? This. For a second, she darts out of the classroom and returns pushing a bicycle. I've hit the jackpot! Did you even listen to what the hitman wanted you to get? It's not just a competition to find the biggest thing. What? A typical dumb kid. Far below my level. Where did you find that thing? It got washed up behind the school the other day, so I kept it. Not that I can actually ride a bike. You might be able to use this. I closely examined the rusty frame. Really? We won't really know unless we disassemble it, but this might be just what we need. You've done well, everyone. Let's divide these up between you all. Everyone grins contently. We're going to use these to make a wind turbine. Do any of you know how generators work? I do. Minamo sticks her hands up and waves it eagerly. I read about this a while ago. So... If you move a magnet near to a coil of wire, it creates an electric current. It's called, electromagnetic induction, I think. Exactly. Oh, you're so smart, Minamo-chan. Yay. Jeez, she's celebrating like she's one of those little kids. If you rotate a magnet inside a coil, you can make a pretty efficient source of electricity. You just need to have a way to keep the magnet spinning, and a way of extracting power from the system. The motor, essentially the heart of the generator, would be a little beyond some kids to make, hence why I bought one at the junk shop. We're just going to make that device that'll make it spin. I start to sketch out a blueprint on the blackboard of how we're going to assemble our parts. To tell the truth, I wasn't sure at all that we found exactly what we needed. But I thought it might make the kids more enthusiastic if they were making something with items they found themselves. So, this is how we're going to make it. Time to get to work! Let's do this, Ririka. How do we make the wheel... How do we take the wheel off the bike, though? Atri, give them a hand. Roger! Atri's strength is enough that she's able to effortlessly tear the bike into pieces. Whoa. Oh, she really is fit to be the hitman's henchman. I'm sorry for ever doubting you. Burn that image into your mind, brats. That's how high performance I am. After what seems like less like a disassembly and more like an evisceration, we get to work building our windmill. The whole time, Ryuji is sitting bored in the corner of the room. Hey, Ryu-chan, come help. You're good at this kind of stuff, aren't you? Seriously, not a chance. I'm not following that guy's orders all day. And if I help, the sports won't have anything to do. Aww. Ah, good point. This is your actual job outside of school, after all. Oh, maybe that's why he's always so tired. This bit's finished. Ugh, you've done it all messy. Pass it here, I'll fix it. The children are clumsily throwing the parts together, but they're just about making something that might work. I sit back, merely offer directions. There's not much else to do. I'm in the middle of a yawn when they shout over to me. We're finished, Mr. Hitman. Okay, let me see. Well, I can't say it's perfect, but it's good enough. There is a set of rotors constructed from a bicycle wheel and blades made from fabric from an umbrella, a stand to keep it vertical, and a motor attached to an axle running through this wheel center. It may look like a pile of trash, but it has all the ingredients of a real wind turbine. It's not the prettiest machine in the world, but still. The wheel creaks as I try to turn it. I give it a little whirling. Alright, let's get this thing up on the roof. There's a perfect breeze blowing outside. I attach the wires to the motor's output and hook them up to a light bulb. It's a particularly old-fashioned incandescent model, the kind that's practically unused today. They were being sold for close to nothing at the junk shop. I cover it with a box with a single pinhole cut into it. Okay, time to start our experiment. The turbine's blades pick up the wind, and it slowly starts to turn. After a moment, it lit up. It did? Let me see. Wow, it's really on. Whoa. The children take turns peering through the hole while I try adjusting the angle of the windmill. It's really lit up. We've got electricity. Wow. It's not much though. Is that all it can do? They all look up at me curiously. Can't you, like, make it brighter? Can you make the fan in the classroom move? This is just an experiment for now. I'm just showing you how the stuff in your textbooks can actually be useful. For a tiny generator like this, one light bulb is about all it can manage. This isn't useful at all, though. Yeah. Mr. Hitman, can we read books at night with this? Or light the way to the toilet? If you don't make this thing more efficient, it probably won't be enough for any of that. Eureka hangs her head. All the energy the kids had before has completely vanished in an instant. Sorry. I guess this isn't useful after all. Studying really is pointless. With downcast expressions all around, the experiment comes to a close. Well, that's depressing. That's kind of depressing. The gentle light of the radio floats on the shoreline waves. I sit bathed in the light leaking from the ship's windows, enjoying the evening coolness. Ah, I get it now. Sitting next to me, Atri suddenly cries out. It's the same thing we made in class. She points with a triumph at the little rotor, trundling in the gentle breeze. That's what's making electricity for the ship. Exactly. What we made earlier was a much more simple design, though. The ship's generator has a built-in weather vane, which automatically tilts the rotors to the most optimal angle to catch the wind. It was made by my grandmother to aid her in her oceanographical fieldwork. She must have wanted to be able to use electricity no matter how far at sea she was. Everyone smiled when that bulb turned on earlier. A smile is a symbol of happiness, isn't it? So everyone was happy then. Yeah, and if only for a moment. The less said about afterwards, the better. You did a good thing, Natsuki-san. Really, now? All I did was disappoint them. Isn't making someone happy, even just for a moment, a good thing? Atri peers up at me with an inquisitive look. I'm hungry. Let's get dinner. I simply stand and walk towards the door. Ah. Huh? What's wrong? I don't have my shoes. She's right. She's completely barefoot. Oh, I know. I left them at school. I remember now. She took them off before we waded through the second floor hall earlier. She's been barefoot ever since. I didn't realize at all. I was so absorbed in my own sadness about disappointing everyone that I didn't think of her at all. I feel my cheeks burning red. I was really so upset over a tiny little failure. Natsuki-san, can we go back to get them? We can get them tomorrow, right? It's not like the school's going to sink overnight. But you bought those for me, Natsuki-san. If I lost them, I want to yell at her to not lose them in the first place, but I managed to bite my tongue. I didn't notice she wasn't wearing them myself after all. Okay, don't make that face. Thank you so much, Natsuki-san. The two of us trudge all the way back to the school. The building is devoid of all light. It looks like it's just another part of the landscape, a black monolith in the night. The only sound is the waves crashing against its concrete walls. I can't see anything at all. Leave this to me. Switching cyber eyes to high sensitivity mode. Atri pulls us over to the school in the boat. There's a large rope hung between the shore and the makeshift pier, letting us make the crossing without paddling. She helps me out, and we enter the building. Being out here in this uncanny concrete edifice would usually be creepy, but so little moonlight is penetrating the seafoam clouded windows that it's too gloomy to feel the thrill of the unusual. The darkness is so overwhelming that I feel my chest tighten. You're still there, aren't you, Atari? Yes, I'm here. She tightens her grip on my hand. Oh. The pressure lifts from my chest ever so lightly. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Just keep holding my hand. I'll lead the way. I'm counting on you. You're so easy to read, Natsuki-san. It's cute. I grind my teeth, but I'm in no possession to start chewing her out right now. I'm on this way. Oh, watch your step. What? My toe stubs against a piece of fallen debris. Atri has to grab hold of me to stop me from falling. Oops, are you okay? You should have said that a little quicker, you idiot. Oh. That was a surprisingly gentle insult for you. Look, I'm not good with the dark. I'm really counting on you here, Atri. Ah, yes, I love it when you rely on me. Don't you worry. Leave this all to me. I can't help but feel a little uneasy. Regardless, or potentially because of how enthusiastic she is, but at least I can count on her to be cheerful, regardless of the reality of the situation. She steadily leads me to our usual classroom. So, are they here? I can't see them. That's odd. Are you sure you left them here? Try to remember back. Oh, she left them at the top of the stairs, didn't she? Oh, they might be on the roof. We make our way up the stairs. The roof is shining pale blue in the moonlight, significantly less gloomy than inside. Hatsuki-san, wait. What's up? Someone's there. What? Looking over at where Atri's pointing, I notice a tiny red glow. And there, dimly lit by it, is a human figure. Wait here. Atri starts to sneak towards it, her bare feet completely silent. Before Atri reaches it, a flicker of light illuminates the figure's face. Oh. She's reading it. She's using the wind turbine to read at night.
I'm back after 10 hours.
Oh. You worked really hard, didn't you? Thank you for resubscribing. And, what was I saying? Oh, thank you for resubscribing, and I hope, this stream helps you relax a little bit. Can't feel my legs. Oh no. Probably from standing up too much, huh? Oh yeah. Oh, hydrate. Yeah, I haven't drank anything in a while. Hang on. Wait. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. I was so absorbed in the story I forgot to drink. The light coming from the turbine. The light is coming from the turbine we made in class. Ah, it went out again. Come on, spin. The wind is so gentle tonight that the windmill isn't turning at all. Eureka is turning the bicycle wheel with her hand. Each time she does, the light bulb fizzles to life. It seems that she's been reading a book by that dim glow, staring at it with furious intensity. She's so engrossed in her attempt to keep going that she doesn't notice us at all. And... Oh, what? Got you. Get ready for a world of pain. A ghost? No, don't eat me. Ririka panics, flapping her arms around and lightning slaps down on Atri's face. Ow! Stop that! Ow, ow, ow. I'll be good from now on, I swear. Daddy, mommy. Calm down, kid, it's us. Huh? The hitman? So you finally decided to kill me? Don't think I'm just gonna roll over and die. The same flurry of blows batters down on my head. I said to calm down. I just came here to get something Atari forgot. Also, I'm not an assassin. What are you doing out here so late anyway? This is my house. What? You live at the school? Yep. Don't you have a mom and dad? Any other family? Nope. She shakes her head in a matter-of-fact fashion. Oh no, she's an orphan. This thing is really amazing though, Hitsman. You just have to spin it a bit and it lights up. Well, it's meant to be the wind turning it. Possibly due to its slipshod construction, it doesn't seem like the blades will ever spin without a pretty strong breeze. It looks a little different from earlier. Did you do something to it? I should try to improve it. Yeah, I tried following the instructions in this book, but it didn't really work, so I'm just using my hands now. I glance at the book. In the dim light, I can just about make out it as a textbook on renewable energy. You're really reading something this advanced? Where did you even get this? From the library. There's lots of books there. But it's so hard. I don't really get it at all. Can you teach me, Mr. Hitman? The name's Natsuki. What don't you understand? Well, this bit. What does it mean when it says electricity becomes potential energy? What's that? Well, potential energy is the energy something has when it's lifted up in the air, which becomes kinetic energy when it falls. I take the thick book from Ririka. The thick book Ririka's been reading from her hands. Hold out your hands. She hesitantly does as I say, and I drop the book down for her to catch it. She tilts her head quizzically as it falls into her hands. I take it from her again and drop it once more, this time from a little higher. It falls into her hands with a heavy thud. Her face lights up with understanding as she feels the sensation in her fingers. The heavier the object and the higher you drop it from, the more potential it has. You convert electricity into potential energy in order to store it. For example, you could use spare electricity from a wind turbine to pump water up high, store it, and then release it to drive a water wheel, even when there's no wind to drive your windmill, turning the potential energy back into electricity. I see. Ryuka listens intently to my explanation. It seems like it's getting through to her. As she learns more and more, she starts asking questions on all kinds of topics. The impromptu lesson gets more and more in depth. So you mean that a water wheel can make loads more energy than a windmill? That means we could make a really bright light if we had one of those, right? It's true that that would be more efficient, but it doesn't mean it's the solution to everything. It would need to be placed somewhere where there's a good amount of water. And if you don't have somewhere suitable... I see. We got plenty of water here though, haven't we? Do you know what that water's got to be doing to make a water wheel move though? She bites her lip and thinks. It's got to be flowing somewhere? Exactly. You need a clear, uninterrupted running stream in one direction, something like a river or an aqueduct. No matter how much water we have around there, its flows are so unpredictable that it's not possible to practically dam it off. So, why can't we lift some water up high? If we could create a flow from a high place like that, we would get an efficient sort of power. But how do we think we lift up the water? In order to get the water high enough to make it flow down, we need to expend more energy than we'd eventually make. That's the law of conservation of energy, right? Oh, you've already been taught about that? No, I read it in this book. She answers immediately. So if we wanted to use water power, we'd either need to make things flow better around here or find a way to get water up high. This sounds kind of tough. Rurika. You were trying to read by this light, right? What kind of books do you usually read? All the stuff in the library. I just pick a shelf and start reading everything along it. When the moon's bright, I can read them here. You know, I didn't have you pinned for a smart kid, given what an annoying, lively sprite you are. I get told that a lot. Now that I think about it, I did notice that she was unusually quick to pick up what we were learning in class. I had such a strong preconception of her as just a loud little brat that I didn't think too much of it. She's not just smart either, she's the curious type too, and naturally good at lateral thinking. Mr. Hitman? Natsuki, the name's Natsuki. Is studying really pointless? Huh? You said it yourself earlier. It is pointless after all. Wait, that's a boy? No. This is a girl. The main character's name is Natsuki, and he's a boy. Yes. She's a girl. Do you want to study more? Yeah. Yeah, today's class was, it was kind of exhausting, but it was really fun, Mr. Netsky. It's fine. You just got here. You just got here. I want to... Oh, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Welcome in. I want to learn about loads of other stuff too. She smiles widely, her eyes glimmering in the moonlight, full to the brim with childlike wonder. I remember a time when I still had this kind of pure curiosity in me. Before I entered the academy, long before that even, before that tunnel collapsed on us, and I lost everything. So that's why you're reading all these difficult books. Yeah, I've got nothing else to do at night. It's all dark, and I'm the only one here. When the moon's bright, I can just about read a book. I just wish we could get more lights here. She spins the windmill and sighs. A mellow, reddish glow illuminates her wistful smile. Whatever you want to do in the future is up to you. But in order to enjoy that freedom, you need to have the ability to make choices. And study can help increase the amount of choices you have. Really? Thanks. She smiles widely as she spins the windmill, turning her attentions back to the book. Gazing down at that contented little face, I remember something my father told me once. No one can be a scholar without one thing: curiosity. The Academy claims to be our best hope in finding the people who will save Earth. But who knows if anybody there can really do that? Maybe no one can save it. Or maybe it'll be saved by some curious genius, completely unrelated to the Academy. Maybe it'll even be this kid. As I peer over her shoulder, her hands suddenly stop. What's up? I need to pee. I find myself waiting outside the girls' toilets in inky blackness. My eyes have grown somewhat accustomed to the darkness, and now I can at least make out vague shapes around me. You'll definitely wait for me out there, right? You won't go anywhere? I get it. Hurry up. Honestly, I thought you were supposed to be a big, clever girl and you're too scared to go to the toilet at night. She's just like you, Natsuki-san. Hey, when did I ever said I'm scared to take a pee? Exposing him. Even if you're fine with using the toilet, if I'm not there to sleep with you, you get all panicky. Really? Shut your faces, both of you. I made it stop coming out. This might take a while. Yeah. So you've got running water here, but no electricity? Yep, I've got a shower too. Really? It's too dark to use it at night, though. I do have a shower in my ship too. But powering the water pump is so energy intensive that I don't use it that often. Normally I go to a bathhouse in town, but it's expensive enough that I can only afford to go a couple of times a week. I hear an unmistakable gurgle. Ugh, I'm so hungry. Where do you actually get your food? Well, Minamo-chan and Ryu-chan. Ah, there he is, Ryu-chan. His muscular frame appears at the door. Yo, brought your dinner. Ah, this is just what I needed. Sweet. Chow down, kid. A famished Ririka practically dives into the food. That looks delicious. Want to eat some too, henchman? Can I? Hey, no wasting food. You don't even need it. You're such a robophobe sometimes, Natsuki-san. Yeah, shut up. You can have something when you get home. Aren't you lucky, henchman? Yep. Ririka chomps her way through all the food in a flash. Just how hungry was she? Yeah, that was great. Thanks again, Ryu-chan. No problem. You need all of that food if you want to grow up big and strong. You bet. I'll be the strongest. Ryu returns the plastic retainers to his bag and stands up to leave. He heads out of the door. As he walks out of the door, he glances back at me. He leaves without a word. He didn't seem too surprised to find us here. It looked like he was to me. Bruh. What a needy husband I have. Don't worry. As soon as we finish this section, I will be ending the stream. It is a little over, It is a little over, 12. It is a little after 12, so I will be ending the stream soon. That's it, I'm unfollowing fake streamer. Yeah. You know, if you unfollow, you can't be a mod anymore. Really? I didn't get that impression at all. But when he first arrived and saw us talking on the roof, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. Wait, on the roof? He wasn't there then. No. He was. He turned up when you were talking about books. He tried to hide, but nothing escaped these high-sensitivity cyber eyes of mine. I have performance in all the wrong places, as always. Huh, I see. I suppose he didn't want us to see him feeding her? Maybe he's embarrassed? Yeah, what do you mean, no? You're basically only a mod in name. Atri, did you find your shoes? Yes. She proudly shows me her feet again, now that I can see them properly in this darkness. Right, in that case, let's go. Oh, you're going? You could sleep off her. Sorry, kid, but I've not eaten yet. Plus, there's something I need to do when I get back. Oh, she's probably lonely. To be honest, I hate the dark. When I was little, I always left the little light bulb on, because my mommy told me to. The thing you made today was a lot like that. It must have been a little old filament bulb, the kind that gives off that same warm, gentle light. If I could have a light like that on every night, it would be like sleeping with mommy again. Aww. On a night as quiet as this, a simple windmill made by a few kids probably won't be able to light a single bulb. I don't think she's gonna get her wish tonight. Rika's cheerful voice calls out behind us as we leave. See you tomorrow. Right. Goodbye. Hey, Natsuki-san. Natsuki-san. What? Aren't you going to sleep yet? Ever since we got back, I've sat hunched over my desk. We've not even had dinner. I thought you said you let me have something. Now that you mention it, I'm a little peckish. Don't just say that and immediately go back to work. What are you doing? You're focusing so hard. It's like you're doing brain surgery or something. Oh, power went out. The room is plunged into darkness. Yeah, there's no wind tonight. Which means there's one of these nights when I'm gonna have to spoil you like a big old baby, aren't I? You lucky boy, come here. She slaps her naked belly in encouragement? I have no idea what she's thinking, but that's by the by right now. Atri, I need your help with something. Of course. You need me to hug you to sleep, don't you? Oh, Natsuki-san, you're so cute. Go outside and spin the wind turbine around for me, will you? What, by hand? Okay, I hope I can reach. Ah, got it. Hey, are you just working again? It has to be a water turbine, surely. Looking at it efficiency-wise. You shouldn't overwork yourself, Natsuki-san. You humans are fragile. If you don't get any sleep, you'll end up breaking down. Her words pass in one ear and out the other. I'm too lost in concentration. I guess I'll just sit here and write my logs. She takes out the notebook and pen we've bought this morning and starts to write. For most of the night, the cabin is filled with nothing but the soft scratching sound of pen on paper. Okay. That sounds like a good spot to end the stream. You can, yeah, okay. Okay, let's find another ASM artist to send you all to. How about that? Hey, channel. Maybe like a wholesome ASMR artist. That's a little hard to find, but I will. I will find that for you. Don't worry. Ah, perfect. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. I think we're gonna do ASMR tomorrow and then we're also gonna play more Amnesia. So I hope you all had a good time. So it was a lovely story. Yeah, it is. It's lovely. I love it so much. I hope you all have a good night's sleep. I'm gonna send you over to another ASM artist so you guys can keep the comfy vibes going. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. And Ghosty, I hope you're able to get a good night's sleep. You worked hard. Good night, everybody.